A wife's secret affair ends in deep regret. A shocking infidelity is unbelievable story of today's. When Lily's heart strayed toward the thrill of forbidden love, she never imagined the cost. Her passionate affair risked everything she held dear, leaving her with only regret. Now, facing her husband's heartbreak, can she mend what was nearly lost forever? Lily always believed that her life with Sam was solid. They'd been married for nearly a decade, building a quiet, steady life together. Sam was devoted, the kind of husband who left little notes on the fridge and remembered the smallest details about her day. Though their lives had settled into an easy routine, Lily sometimes felt that spark of passion was missing. But she brushed it aside, convinced that love only changed, not faded. Then, one evening at a work function, Lily met a man named Mark. Mark was confident, charismatic, and utterly different from Sam. His dark eyes held a mischievous glint, and he made her laugh like she hadn't in ages. At first, it was just innocent conversation, a fleeting attraction she thought would pass. But as the evening progressed, Lily found herself drawn to him. There was a warmth and intensity to his presence that stirred something deep within her, something she hadn't felt in years. They exchanged numbers, just as friends, but soon, texts turned into long, late-night conversations, and she couldn't deny the thrill she felt each time her phone buzzed with his name. Their connection was magnetic, intoxicating. For the first time in years, Lily felt truly alive, cherished in a way she hadn't allowed herself to experience. One Friday evening, she met Mark at a quiet cafe, tucked away from prying eyes. They spent hours talking, laughing, leaning closer to one another as the minutes slipped away. Mark reached for her hand across the table, his thumb gently tracing circles on her palm. Lily felt her heart race, the pulse of something dangerous, but irresistible. Their affair began that night, a brief yet all-consuming romance that left her feeling alive in ways she'd nearly forgotten. But as their secret meetings continued, the weight of guilt grew heavier. Every time she returned home to Sam's familiar embrace, her heart twisted with regret. Sam was always there, warm, gentle, and utterly devoted. His love was steady, the anchor that kept her grounded, and it became increasingly difficult to look into his trusting eyes, knowing the truth she kept hidden. She realized that, with Mark, she was chasing a fleeting thrill, but with Sam, she had a home, a heart that had always been hers. One evening, after a particularly intense argument with herself, Lily decided to meet Mark to end things. She felt torn, like she was leaving behind a part of herself, but she knew it was the right thing to do. Mark seemed to understand, but his final words stayed with her long after she left. Sometimes, we don't realize what we need until it's nearly lost. That night, Lily came home to find Sam waiting for her in the living room, the dim light casting a soft glow on his face. His eyes held a sadness she hadn't seen before, and as they locked eyes, she realized he knew. He didn't have proof, but the distance in her heart, the changes in her behavior, had not gone unnoticed. Lily broke down, confessing everything in a rush of words and tears, laying her heart bare. She expected him to walk away, to be angry, to leave. But instead, Sam sat silently, taking in her every word, a pain evident on his face that she couldn't bear to see. When she finished, he looked at her with a vulnerability she hadn't seen in years. "I just want to know why," he whispered. In that moment, Lily saw Sam's heartbreak, and it shattered her. She realized that her longing for excitement had nearly destroyed the only love that had ever truly mattered. Her affair with Mark had left her feeling hollow, a shadow of herself. The thrill was gone, and all she felt now was regret and a deep desire to make things right. Sam gave her a choice. They could rebuild their marriage, slowly, with open hearts and honest conversations, or she could leave, finding her happiness elsewhere. Overwhelmed with remorse, Lily chose to stay, willing to do anything to restore what they'd lost. In the days that followed, they started from scratch. They went on dates, leaving little notes for each other, sharing old memories and unspoken dreams. They rediscovered each other, peeling back layers they hadn't noticed in years, and as they did, A new kind of love blossomed between them, one filled with forgiveness, resilience, and a renewed sense of passion. Lily's affair had shaken them, but it also became the catalyst for a deeper love, one that was born from vulnerability and second chances. Their love was no longer just about companionship. It was a choice they made each day, with a dedication that grew stronger. Lily would carry her regrets with her, but she also carried a new understanding of love, grateful for the second chance she almost lost. Their love story wasn't perfect, but it was theirs, beautiful, imperfect, and deeply, irrevocably real.